wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Sagittarius, Sun, Moon arising July 2020. The month Sagittarius starts with an eclipse and a big focus of planets in your second house. Especially this month will be very active. The topic of money and resources. And Saturn is coming back to your second house and it's going to stay there till the end of the year. So some unfinished business with finances, with resources, you'll have a chance to finish it, to rebudget, to fix and put more order and simplify your finances, resources, how you spend or how you invest your money. You might be required to do some important job in regards to re-educating yourself with finances, resources. But this is the last chance to actually grow maturity and order and structure in your assets, in your financial dealings, in your financial intelligence, so to speak. And it might be a good month even to learn and study something in regards to finances, managing and resources. Or it might be a time when you're completing some financial project, for example, because the eclipse is a new moon, it's full moon eclipse, which something comes to completion. Maybe you worked on something, now you can start seeing the results in the next 1, 2, 3 months, because an eclipse affects you for 3 months, so you can financially start seeing things unfold after this eclipse. But because it's an eclipse till the middle of the month, I think financial situation is risky. Don't take big financial chances. Plus Mercury is retrograde till the middle of the month in your 8th house, another financial house which rules other people's resources and finances, where you invest, and I would advise you to be a bit more conservative with your finances and resources. So just to try and fix problems, to rearrange, to rebudget with your partner, with your mutual budget or business partner, or your own finances till the middle of the month. And then things start becoming easier and more according to expectations when it comes financially. When it comes to you financially, but definitely you can manifest more financial stability by the end of the year, kick-starting with this month. But the eclipse also indicates lunar eclipse with the south node, to release, to let go of something. It might be time, for example, I would advise you to do it consciously so it doesn't deprive you and doesn't create expenses out of the blue and unexpected for you. So consciously try and release things that you no longer need. This July is very strong. Whether are you keeping possessions of an ex, or are you keeping clothes that you no longer wear? Throw them out now. This eclipse really wants to unburden you. And Saturn, coming back to your second house, wants to simplify and wants to make more, what's that called? Like streamline, simplify, minimalist. It's like the minimal possessions, if possible. Just remove as much as possible, give it away or whatever, throw it out, because Jupiter is also in your second house and it's making the millionaire conjunctions with Pluto. And by the end of the year, it will do it another time. But in July now, it's making the millionaire conjunction again. And if you don't declutter, put order, even in the pots and pans in your kitchens, organize them well, in your wardrobe, throw out things you're not going to wear, throw out all the energy of possessions, yours and your partner's, because Mercury is retrograde in your 8th house, your partner's possession. Then this way you will make space for the possibility of new abundance, powerful abundance that can come to you through the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction in the second house. And if you're having some financial complications, because of course eclipses in your second, 8th house can definitely create financial complications, and Mercury retrograde in a financial house, again, I think this decluttering will be like a big answer for you to clear up that, to clear up this, to clear up that stagnant energy or that complicated energy. And I believe that financial matters will start becoming more and more stable from the middle of the month and from when Mercury turns direct, especially if you had some complications with matters regarding your partner's resources, money coming to you from clients, some delays there on a debt that's owed to you, or debt that you're trying to apply for, or a loan. If there are complications, so you needed to put extra documents, they'll start getting sorted out from the middle of the month. Or also, if there were some delays with taxes, so money owed to you from the government or your paycheck, if there were some such delays, some complications and extra documents needed for your taxes and stuff like that, from the middle of the month, this will be resolved. But till then, you have to do the extra work. Till the middle of the month, you have to correct all such mistakes, make sure you do everything right, and then things start going according to expectations. Also, some secrets can be revealed to you till the middle of the month. Some secret conversations, Mercury is talking, 8th house is secrets, intimacy, can be addressed. You might be bringing up, or your partner, topics of the past that you've buried that are a bit taboo, or secrets that you are not even aware that come now to the surface and you become aware of, and that can create some tensions again. But they again start being straightened out from the middle of the month. Also, investments, money in bank accounts in stocks and bonds and investments might be less stable till the middle of the month, and when Mercury starts moving direct, and especially from the 21st of June, when Mercury becomes visible again, you can have some good upwards going trends in regards to money from stock exchange or investments, or your partner's resources can start improving in the last 10 days after the first 20 days of July, basically. But till then, it might be shaky and uncertain somehow. And there is this push and pull between planets in the second, your money, your own self-sufficiency, 8th house, the whole month. My money versus your money. How much I give, how much you give. Not only resources, how much I give emotionally, how much you give emotionally. How much I give and how much does the universe give me. You might be trying to balance, and there might be some tensions even in the relationships and with people, or in your mind about such kind of things. How much does your business partner bring to the table? How much do you? How much your self-worth is, 2nd house, versus how much others evaluate you for. You might be dealing with such matters, and maybe Saturn wants you to really have a much more authentic understanding of what you're worth, much more realistic, and to really, and the eclipse in the second really wants you to shed finally some maybe self-esteem issues. Hopefully it can resolve those, but these themes are definitely in your mind, especially if you're Sagittarius rising. And another big event is that Mars, I forgot to say, talking about eclipses, Victor is making a webinar, 12 weeks. Victor is our best astrology teacher for foundational astrology on the moon, everything about the moon. The moon is parenting, happiness, ability to create material, also stability. It's parenthood. The moon is happiness and health in the horoscopes, especially of women. It's the most important planet for women, the moon. And eclipses, the moon causes eclipses, how to predict the future with eclipses, what they mean, North Node, South Node eclipses. It's 12 weeks. Do check it out. You can pay in 2 transactions. Okay, and then Mars is entering your 5th house. It's going to stay there till the end of the year. Guys, lots of action in your love life. There's been very little action going on for a while there. I mean, if you exclude Uranus leaving there 2 years ago, but Mars is going to be retrograde, and it's not from July, from September. But starting from July, Mars enters your 5th house. For some of you, it can mean the entering of a new love interest, which really will inflame your sexual desire. 5th house is erotic love. Whoa. Might even, by the end of the year, restart the sparkle with a spouse or start a new one. Mars has very new energy, but because it goes retrograde, there is a chance to rekindle in the middle, of the period, in the autumn spark. But usually, starting now, I think someone new might enter like a love interest for you. And if you're already married, be careful, because Mars transiting there sometimes can create fights with your love, or if you're already in a committed relationship. Mars works really well when something new comes, because the passion, the excitement is released through sex. But when you're in a committed or relationship or something, it can create some problems there, like fighting with a lover, fighting with a boyfriend, girlfriend. But depends what aspect Mars is making to your horoscope from there. It can just mean just a lot more passion in your life excitement and taking adventures with the lover and rekindling the adventurous side, having fun, playing around like two teenagers. That's the best case scenario. But if Mars is making hard aspects, and by the way, how do you know if Mars is making good aspects or bad aspects to your chart? You need to know your other planets. So take the webinar that I'm doing on the 1st of July, Mars in Aries 2020, my first solo webinar in 2 years, where I'll speak personally how Mars will affect you. If Mars is making good aspects in your chart, bad aspect, it's going to be very personal horoscope, not just some, general astrology. And I'll give you with that 6 months of all your transits, all your free transits. You don't need to know any astrology for this webinar to make sense of you. I'll make it from the bottom up. It's going to be 5 hours. It's only $39, and I give you transits for 6 months for free from my transit calendar, which is worth $15 for 3-month subscription. And I will speak specifically about all the possible transits that you can have and how it will influence you. But coming back to Mars in your 5th house, talking about love and such things. And also children. Your children might become more rebellious, more active. They might initiate some new projects and beginnings in their life. They can just get organized. So you might feel like you need to put a lot more attention to your children, do some activity together with a child of yours, but hopefully it doesn't. For some it might mean fighting more with a child, becoming more problematic, rebellious. I'll do as I want. But Mars there can indicate the starting of a new passion. So it's not always love passion. It's like reawakening the desire for life and for fun in you, becoming ravenous. Mars is a hungry planet. You become hungry for pleasures. It's almost like Mars says in the next 6 months you have to work on pleasures. You have to really, that's great, I'll work on pleasures. You have to really put your energy to discover new hobbies, new passions, and it can even help you start working out. 5th house Mars transit is working out for fun. If you've been working out just to keep slim or for health, that's 6th house. 5th house Mars, 6 months, you can discover some sport that you're really, really liking, that you're really enjoying. Because it's Aries, it's going to be a bit more aerobic, it's going to be more fast usually, more competitive, but you're going to have a blast, guys. So watch out what starts appearing from July. Also, you can put a lot of energy towards having fun and towards going on holidays and entertaining yourself in some way. And again, it might be a bit more raucous, risky-taking hobbies or such that require something physical, or something sharp or something fiery. I don't know, cooking or burning stuff, whatever. Or just Aries is always something much more physical, something entrepreneurial. Aries is an entrepreneurial sign of new beginnings. Mars there pushes you. Some of you can start new businesses. 5th house is one of the houses connected to having your own business, which is your own creative idea. 5th house is your babies or anything that you grow from the bottom till it grows fully. That's a business as well. You get the inspiration, it's the house of inspiration. You get the inspired thought or vision, and it's usually something that you're very gifted at. 5th house is what we're gifted at. And Mars awakens those gifts now when it enters there. Mars spikes you, kind of like to get the ambition to finally get those gifts going, to use them. And you might even, some of you might rehaul a business or give it a facelift and fix the problems there over the next 6 months. Or some of you can start new one and put a lot of energy to that creative idea or creative project to make it happen. It's almost like, it's a soldier-like focus. So these are some of the good things, but again, the negative is you might reconsider some love relationship, have love spouse, with somebody, the goodest, horny energy. But we'll see if you join me on the Mars webinar. Is it going to be more disruptive for you or more positive? Okay. And last but not least, Venus is in your 7th house this whole month. Another focus on relationships. Something good can come to you from your partner. You might notice that people are giving you more compliments the whole of July. You might notice that you're definitely more romantic and horny with Mars in the 5th house. It's definitely for you, Sagittarius people, especially Sagittarius rising or moon. This month can bring a love interest. If you're not single, if you're single, sorry. If you're not single, there's definitely can be more romance. Your partner can be sweeter this month. Your partner can be more charming. And for the single ones, there can be a new love interest. Definitely if someone comes, it's someone new. Because Mars is moving direct. Mars symbolizes something new in the 5th house of romance. Venus is moving direct in your 7th house of relationship. And Rahu is in your 7th house and Venus joins it. Rahu is foreigners or someone new. And by the way, it might be someone that, for some of you, might be someone that is fated relationship. You know, because the North Node is a karmic node with Venus there, a very powerful trigger. If you're single, some development in, even if you're not single, some important development that's going to be good in the life of a partner, or for business partnership, or for business contract, or if you're working with clients, consulting on one-on-one basis, that you can really please your clients now, that you can attract more attention, you can attract more following if it comes to business, the 7th house, more clients in an easy way, that you can charm their pants, that you can attract newer viewers or whatever, you know, 7th house is other people. And that's your strength, you know. And actually you might be even surrounded by more attractive people, and you might consider your partner more attractive, more agreeable. Or you can form some alliance or some collaboration that is a source of, that happens easy, and it can become a source of benefit for you. All right, there we go. And if you want to know your own personal transit, this is general for all Sagittarius, but you know, not all Sagittarius is going to have the same thing. Just check your personal transit calendar that I have created for you. It's free, 7 to 5 days ahead, always when you enter. There is, you can see what transits you have that no one else in the world is having. Transits are the things we're talking about. And they're only relative to you, and 40,000 people are using this transit calendar around the world for free already. I want to make it millions of people. And because this is how you understand yourself, you follow your daily transits and you're like, wow. It's like, be careful not to cut yourself today. Fuck, I cut myself. You know, you're like, okay, there is a plan. Things are not random. So there you go. Enjoy the ad that my family created about the transit calendar. I love you.